It was an accident.
Yeah, an accidental pod kill. Believe what you will. All right, so what do we have here? We got PowerOfTwo and WeFormVoltron. Looks like PowerOfTwo is bringing 3 Tengus, a Scimitar, a Curse, a Hugin, 2 Cormorants, and a pair of Carries.
And while the match gets underway, looks like the WeFormVoltron team is running a Galante Rush team, probably since they warped at 0 on the beacon and are now burning towards rolling down the hill like Mr. Rive against these Tengos.
Yeah. 3 Proteus is something we haven't seen too much. I don't think I've seen a Proteus at all this tournament. There's been a lot of people saying that they don't think Galante is any good in this kind of situation, so I'm curious to see how they do here.
Absolutely. Seldarine taking the lead with his Proteus. These are blaster fit boats. They are closing in very fast and right now getting in on top of the PowerOfTwo fleet. If these Proteuses, as Seldarine gets webbed, get on top of them, get their webs on these Tengus, it's game over.
Yep, Proteus doing way more damage, but having very short range. As the Voltron team comes storming in, they are taking damage. The Hugin, Pfeiffer is the name of the pilot, is now in low armor and about to take structure bleed through. Also, one of their Dramiels has been shot at, but then they stop shooting at him. He has no shields.
PowerOfTwo, of course, making the right call here, absolutely taking down the Hugin so that they can speed away, run away from these Proteuses. It lost another ship from the PowerOfTwo team. I didn't catch what that was.
Let's just take a look at the wreck here.
And that looks like a Minotaur Elite Cruiser wreck.
Yep. Now, one of the Cormorants in structure, he's about to go down. WeFormVoltron has closed range with a lot of the PowerOfTwo ships, and as they get on top of them, these PowerOfTwo ships are not going to last.
Absolutely. Cormorants are getting slaughtered as, let's have a look at it. Love Kebab is over there with the Scimitar from the PowerOfTwo team, which is now starting to take heavy damage under the blasters from these Proteuses.
You said Scimitar. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. The reason why they might be taking out these Cormorants first is that perhaps they were running tracking disruptors, which, of course, to 3 Proteus blaster boat team.
3 Tengus, a Curse, and a Carries left on the PowerOfTwo team. Some damage, though. They might be not long for this match.
Yep, that's probably a good call to get those longer range damage dealers out of the way fast. PowerOfTwo choosing to field ECM drones to keep that Guardian from repping any of these bombers. The Guardian might actually be jammed here completely.
The Curse on the PowerOfTwo team now taking heavy shield damage, but it looks like they're going to destroy all of the WeFormVoltron stealth bombers, leaving WeFormVoltron with just their Guardian and Proteuses, Proteoi.
Whatever.
Something. The Curse now out of shields, losing armor, and he's dead.
Yes.
PowerOfTwo just having their Tengus and a Carry.
The Curse, of course, being a good call by the Voltron team. That was the last ship in PowerOfTwo's arsenal to control range by neuting down and disabling their micro-warp drives, and also, of course, putting perhaps some tracking disruptors on those Proteuses.
That is entirely possible. The Carry's taking a little bit of damage on the PowerOfTwo side now. WeFormVoltron's Guardian is being shot by the Tengus. He is taking armor damage. Slowly, but they are breaking his tank.
Yes, most of the Proteuses look to be heading directly to Krendos, and they have now caught up to him. DHP Wildcat right on top of him, webs on. The other 2 Proteuses slowly catching up there. Love Kebab, you're slow.
Yep, and as those Proteuses mount Krendos, he is losing shields very fast. He's not going to be here very long.
Yes, as I said, this was pretty much done when they lost their range control ships and were unable to keep these Proteuses from rushing in. Having said that, the Guardian is having heavy damage on the Voltron side, but I don't think that's going to be enough. Too little, too late.
Too little, too late. He's not going to impact the amount of damage that WeFormVoltron is doing, and they're just having their way with the poor Tengus of PowerOfTwo.
These Proteuses, of course, have a heavy EHP resistance tank on them as well. I doubt they're fully nano fit, even though they're a rush team. They still have a fair bit of EHP on them.
And as that Tengu goes down, the Guardian is able to hold off. He's taken structure damage, has no armor left, but is able to... Maybe he won't stay up after all.
Looks like Bates Mark II is the next target for DHP Wildcat, who is, of course, the fastest and the most elite of the Voltron team. He's closing in on him fast, and he is going to get on web range very shortly. After that, it's goodbye Bates Mark II. Better prep that Mark III ship.
I don't know if faster def necessarily means most elite, but he is certainly going to be the first one to mount his unlucky prey. The Tengu's not taking too much damage yet, but the Proteuses are closing range.
Looks like DHP Wildcat is having some trouble catching up to this Tengu. The Tengu is burning away.
And that Guardian, low structure, but he's going to die here.
This is a two-horse race between Seldarine and DHP Wildcat to try to mount Bates Mark II and send him to home.
It looks like it's going to be the just almost the strategic cruiser, the only thing left on the field. It took a long time to get through that Guardian structure.
Oh, look at that. Out of nowhere, Love Kebab rushes in and gets his webs on.
Uh-oh. That's not good news for the Tengus.
Absolutely. Bates is now scrambled by the looks of it, so his micro warp drive is off.
Brody's taking some shield damage, but they're an armor tank ship. It doesn't really mean anything now. Tengu's starting to take shield damage. They're a shield tank ship, so that's more telling.
Proteus, a couple of these Proteuses seem to be sporting the warp disruptor range mod, so that they get bonuses for the warp scramblers, which is very important in the tourney, of course. When you're running a rush team against a kite team, you want to disable those micro warp drives as soon as possible and get in range of those dudes.
Absolutely. This is the first of this sort of Galente rush team we've seen so far in the tournament. I'm pleased to see that it's doing well, because I like to see more variety in the ship setups people bring to the tournament.
And of course, all of these Proteus is also sporting armor rep drones, light armor rep drones on Seldarine, who is taking some damage, but maintaining it comfortably enough against the two Tengus and
the next to last Tengu on the PowerOfTwo side is down, as he is man-piled by WeFormVoltron, and he's left with nothing but one Tengu and one carries on PowerOfTwo versus the three Proteoi of WeFormVoltron who are chasing him.
This is a three-horse race to see who gets there fast. Let's see, at the moment, DHP Wildcat is in slight lead, though Seldarine is close on his tail and now passing him over. You have to be a little bit careful as in these burnout stages, because you are probably overheating your micro warp drive to try to get there fast. By the looks of it, Love Kebab is heading...
Who's left on the WeFormVoltron team, PowerOfTwo, the one Tengu and the one carries. It's a minute and 20 seconds left to go. It's just a question of, will those Proteuses be able to catch up with this Tengu before time runs out? I don't know that they're going to catch him. He's kiting them pretty well right now.
He is kiting them pretty well right now. Love Kebab is doing something weird here. He doesn't seem to be heading towards him at all. I think he's heading towards nowhere.
Maybe his tree horse got tired.
Yeah, he might have some more important business to attend to. Who knows? Maybe it's just that.
In any case, PowerOfTwo doesn't have enough DPS, I think, to finish off a Proteus before the match is over. I think it's going to be a slight victory for WeFormVoltron here in a bloody fashion. Lots of ships dead on both sides.
Yes, DHP Wildcat was catching up to him. He took a slightly weird angle towards him, but is now turning back towards him as well. And Love Kebab in a Proteus now has his warp scramble on the Tengu, turning off his micro warp drive. And from now on, we will see two of these Proteuses close up on him fast.
20 seconds to go. That Carries has exploded. 20 seconds left to go. I don't think we're going to have any more ships destroyed.
Looks like there was a boundary violation by that Karras. He lost touch of where the middle of the arena was.
CCP Zerinathras is very happy to get to push his button and destroy a ship. Time is out. It looks like WeFormVoltron is going to have the victory this time, but not a convincing one. It was pretty close.
Both teams got lots of points, including PowerOfTwo. That was a very interesting setup fielded by Voltron. Not perhaps their best one, but very interesting. And with that, we're going to pass you back to the studio.